If you think NotebookLM translates your documents, you may already be misunderstanding how it works without realizing it. Your sources never change language, only what NotebookLM says back to you does. That single misunderstanding is why most people using this for research across languages get inconsistent results. NotebookLM reads your sources in their original language, always. When you ask a question, it uses Retrieval-Augmented Generation to find facts in those original files before generating an answer in your preferred language. This architecture lets you drop a Japanese research paper, a Spanish news article, and an English report into the same notebook and query them all together. The AI cross-references facts across these languages without requiring you to manually translate every document beforehand. Imagine uploading a 40-page Japanese white paper alongside an English market report. The AI can cross-reference technical data across both without needing either document to be pre-translated first. You get a single, unified summary from 3 different languages instantly. But here's what most people miss about how these answers actually get generated. This system is a powerful shortcut for researchers, synthesizing academic papers across multiple regions without hiring a translator for the first draft. Students can study from English textbooks, while asking the AI to explain complex concepts back in the language they are currently learning to verify their comprehension. International business teams use this to import customer feedback in 5 different languages and generate a pattern summary in 1 working language. The real unlock isn't the translation itself. It is the fact that an entire team can work from the exact same grounded facts while each person reads and asks questions in their own native tongue. This opens up a specific workflow that changes how you handle technical documents. To get reliable results, you should upload your sources exactly as they are. For chat responses, you can set your output language in the settings menu, or simply prefix your question with "Respond in Japanese." If you need precision for legal terms or technical glossaries, do not just say, "Translate this." Explicitly name your source files in the prompt, telling the AI to use term glossary, PDF, as the guide to translate source text, MD, into German. Helps the system cross-reference your specific rules. Instead of guessing, one translator I observed uploaded a glossary and a style guide alongside their text. By grounding the prompt in those specific files, the terminology stayed consistent throughout the entire project, which a generic prompt almost always fails to do. That precision is vital, because one small error in how you sync your files, it can break the entire system. This multilingual support is available on the free tier, so you don't need a paid plan to use it. However, you must watch out for the Google Docs sync trap. When you import a Google Doc or slide, NotebookLM creates a static snapshot. If you edit the original document later, those changes do not sync automatically. You have to manually click Sync with Drive in the source viewer. Otherwise, you'll be working from outdated information without even realizing it. Complex multilingual spreadsheets can sometimes lose formatting unless you explicitly ask NotebookLM to maintain the structure. Also, remember, audio overviews behave differently than the chat. They do not accept respond in X. They generally generate in your account's default language, unless you have explicitly changed the output language setting in your profile first. It works well for data, but it hits a wall when it comes to the voices you hear. We know that audio overviews now support over 50 languages. It is also confirmed that the output language setting works across the chat and most studio features, like quizzes and flashcards. There is speculation about whether Google will eventually allow us to control the number of speakers or specific accents in these multilingual podcasts, but for now, those remain fixed. Most users assume more languages just means better reach. The contrarian truth is that translation is just a side effect. The shared source of truth is the actual feature that matters. If you were building a multilingual research workflow today, would you rely on NotebookLM's output language settings or create dedicated prompts for every project? Tell me why in the comments. If this video gave you value, smash that like button and subscribe to the AI Explainer for daily AI updates. Then hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown. Stay sharp, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.